Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan, Malaysia, and Myanmar prepare mung beans ahead of distribution. Tzu Chi stem cell database is crucial for patients waiting for their 1 in 100,000 chance at a second life. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lori Chen. Thank you for joining us. In the aftermath of severe floods in Myanmar, the Tzu Chi Foundation has planned to hold mung bean distributions to help the affected farmers. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan, Malaysia, and Myanmar have formed a team and started preparations for the upcoming distributions.
这是放豆的地方吗？还是说明会？
Led by the manager from Myanmar's Ministry of Agriculture, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to the mung bean distribution site. They're busy discussing the details regarding the distribution. At the meeting venue, they need to check for every details.
Test.
700 to 900 farmers will come here, so we definitely need a microphone. Since we are in an enclosed area, even a low-power microphone should be enough.
The volunteers are mindfully preparing for the upcoming distribution. Then they've also come to the warehouse for storing the mung beans. The mung beans look even. To ensure the affected farmers can receive high-quality mung beans, the volunteers check them carefully. They're busy preparing for the 5-day distribution for farmers for nearly 200 villages.
Based upon the numbers provided by the Ministry of Agriculture, we need to calculate the amounts of mung beans carefully. Then we need to check the distribution venues. The Ministry of Agriculture has given us a difficult task. Since the farmers live far away, we need to choose more distribution venues and the numbers keep changing.
Although the work is complicated and difficult, the people helping out have gathered here. They load a 30-kilogram bag of mung beans onto the vehicle and transport them. After driving for an hour, the volunteers have brought 180 bags of mung beans to a village where Tzu Chi volunteers will hold a distribution. With these mung beans, these flood-affected farmers can plant them during the dry season and hopefully get through the tough times. This is from DaAi reporter Huang Jingting in Myanmar.
The Monrovia Grade Love Preschool in California, USA held a Halloween celebration for the students and parents. Each child went to school wearing their homemade costumes. What made this year so special was the fact that all the costumes were made from recycled materials. The activity aimed to promote environmental protection concepts while letting both the children and parents' imaginations go wild. It really was quite a sight to see. Let's check out these eco-friendly creations, shall we? Halloween is a time for tricks and surprises. This is because the children are all dressed differently than usual. There are a variety of styles and character portrayals. Inspirations come from idols, fairy tales, TV shows, or movies. Even more original is that parents have a high degree of participation, and their creativity is being shown by using recyclable items.
For this activity, she really likes dinosaurs, so she kept on asking me for a dinosaur costume. Therefore, we found some styrofoam that was left over at my workplace and cut it into the shape of a dinosaur. Due to her small stature, we didn't have to use very much material.
I just thought that normally witches would be riding on a broom, so I went online and searched how to make a broom out of recycled materials. The instructions told me to use PET bottles.
The little boy wanted to be a special agent, so his dad used cardboard boxes to cut out designs of a hat, backpack, and watch for his son.
This is the end result of both of our work. He would accompany me in cutting and painting the costume. He would tell me every night, "Hey Dad, let's do it together." He would do the project next to me. I thought that this was a really great parent-child bonding experience.
The Halloween celebration at the Monrovia Great Love Preschool accumulated many fond memories between the parents and children. It was also a fun-filled way to be environmentally friendly. In Malaysia, Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter celebrated the Diwali festival with the Indian care recipients. Volunteers hosted a costume contest consisting of turning plastic recycle bags into creative pieces. Touched by volunteers' efforts, a couple who owns a nursing home offered to provide free meals at the event. What an act of kindness!
Today is the Diwali Festival distribution event for Indian care recipients at the Tzu Chi office. To celebrate the Diwali festival this year, Tzu Chi volunteers hosted a costume contest. All these Indian care recipients made their creative costumes with recycled plastic bags.
I'm pleased to watch the costume contest. We can do recycling this way in the future.
After hearing the concept of recycling today, I've come to realize that I had no idea about environmental protection before.
The costume contest aims to pass down the message of an eco-friendly lifestyle. Hari Prasad is the winner of the contest.
I'm delighted because I've never won an award for my school or sports performances. I'm thrilled to be able to win the first place in the costume contest.
Volunteers accompanied Indian care recipients to celebrate the fest with warmth and love. This couple who owns a nursing home was deeply touched, and they offered to provide free meals at the distribution venue.
I felt joyful and pleased when I was cooking because it's such happiness to see their smiles when eating the food.
I also want to contribute.
I want to contribute to my people, so I decided not to charge anything. I'm glad to be able to put in some effort to help.
The dishes were served in Indian flavor, and everyone enjoyed it. Volunteers also arranged the traditional Indian dance performance, hoping to share the festive and joyful vibe with all the care recipients.
Staying in Malaysia, the Tzu Chi Klang branch held a charity fair for the establishment of a Tzu Chi International School in Kuala Lumpur. Many local shops and residents did their share for the event, either by donating items or preparing food for the charity sale. Within merely 6 hours, the venue had attracted 10,000 attendees. Let's check out the event.
After 6 years, the Tzu Chi Klang branch is once again holding a charity fair to raise funds for the establishment of the Tzu Chi International School in Kuala Lumpur.
We spent around 3 months preparing for this event. We're very thankful that we had a group of volunteers who worked diligently, preparing and promoting the activity throughout the community. They also helped collect many items for the charity sale.
The 90 booths were all filled with love from the society as a whole, including children from the Klang Special School.
The public all know about the talent and abilities of our students. Although they're children with special needs, they can still do something for the charity sale.
Rukmani, who comes from Kuala Lumpur, is a stroke patient. Invited by Tima doctor during the visit, she and her family decided to make 500 servings of nasi lemak for the charity sale.
She felt that Dr. Lim loves to assist people, so she said, let's join the wagon. It's a pleasure because my whole family is getting involved. My husband, my mom, my sisters. So it's nice, it's enjoying, and it's for good purpose.
Within merely 6 hours, the charity fair attracted about 10,000 people.
I think this is a great idea. If we have a Tzu Chi school, it will benefit all the students in Malaysia.
The students will have more and more choices to decide which school they want to attend. I also look forward to the Tzu Chi International School being a place of hope for the students.
The Tzu Chi Foundation has been promoting bone marrow stem cell donations for over 25 years now. In the past, many thought such acts will harm their bodies. Fortunately, with the advancement of technology, the overall perception has changed. Each year, some 1,000 new patients require this procedure in Taiwan, and about 300 of them will undergo the transplants, which gives them a second chance at life. The Tzu Chi Stem Cell Center is one of the most comprehensive databases out there. It has more than 420,000 volunteer registered donors. Let's take a look at the in-depth report.
From a young age, Zhu was afraid of darkness. Later, he would dread the dim lighting in the chemotherapy room. 28 years ago, Mr. Tzu was waiting nervously outside the delivery room, ready to welcome him. Now he is once again waiting for Zhu to be born again.
At that time, my heart was full of anxiety and helplessness. When waiting, I was crying all the time. Then, when I knew that he was coming out, I wiped away the tears because I didn't want him to see that I was crying.
Children are frequently concerned by their parents. After chemotherapy, Tzu Chi has to stay in a sterile room with thick glass separating him from others. His father sits in the narrow hallway, resting on a lounge chair, waiting quietly outside. Tzu Chi shows his affection by cleaning the glass carefully, showing his father that he is brave and won't give up.
因为9年前我们家已经缺了一个脚了。
9 years ago, my family lost an important member, and I don't want to lose anyone else. We can't live without you, so you must stay strong and hold on during this chemotherapy treatment.
这一次的治疗。
He's right, because 9 years ago, we lost our mother, and if I go, this family won't feel like family anymore, so I have no choice but to hold on.
看他一下，我觉得。
Despite his strength, there's also a fragile side, feeling as helpless as a child. This is because Tzu Chi has experienced a relapse and the cancer cells are quite aggressive. Once again, he needs to be in the sterile environment. While Tzu Chi's optimistic he will beat the disease, he is just a shadow of his former self, much more frail and without any hair. 2 years ago, Tzu Chi had come back from his overseas study at the University of Minnesota in the United States. He later served his alternative military service at the Taipei city government and was looking forward to a bright future. He never expected to be diagnosed with leukemia as soon as he finished his military service.
那时候一进加护病房 When I was sent to the hospital, a blood test said I had chronic myeloid leukemia, and I was immediately sent to the intensive care unit.
At that time, his father brought his weakened son to the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital for treatment. In 2017, he found a successful pairing through the Tzu Chi Stem Cell Center. At the end of last year, Tzu Chi projected on Taipei 101 building this message: "Thank you to my stem cell donor for letting me be born again." He is willing to promote stem cell donation activities to 10,000 people. How important is stem cell donation? Tzu Chi says that after 2 leukemia treatments, he has had to rely upon the same donor twice for the hope of rebirth.
Can I call you mother? Because I'm really dependent upon your blood.
配对是10万分。
The chance of a match is 1 in 100,000, but there are 400,000 people in Tzu Chi stem cell database. He is the only one who matched in this database, so it's actually 1 in 400,000. I think that this is Tzu Chi's blessing that the donor was able to go through with it.
Blood cancer is also referred to as leukemia, as bone marrow is responsible for creating more blood cells, though cancer cells can inhibit this function. This disruption can lead the body's blood to lose the ability to withstand foreign bacteria and viruses. Chemotherapy can be used in early-stage treatment, with more advanced cases requiring a bone marrow transplant.
The reason Dharma Master Zheng Yan established the Tzu Chi Stem Cell Center is to allow patients to seek potential matches from outside their family by using our database.
Stem cell transplants are a major milestone in the treatment of those with blood cancer. In 1992, Wen Wenling, a U.S. student who was suffering from leukemia, sought a match, though she was hampered by a law restricting such transplants to relatives. She made a special trip back to Taiwan to challenge the law, even met with Master Zheng Yan. Due to her efforts, the law was lifted in May 1993, with passage of amendments to the Human Organ Transplant Act, allowing bone marrow donations between non-related individuals.
The government had no money and no staff. Many said that Tzu Chi was the most capable of setting up such a database. This is because one of the 4 major missions is medical care.
In 1993, Tzu Chi established the Buddhist Tzu Chi Stem Cell Center. In May of the following year, it successfully completed the first non-relative stem cell transplant in Taiwan. Today, the center manages an average of 360 cases per year and passed advanced certification in 2015. The number of volunteer donors has now exceeded 425,000 individuals who can potentially save lives in 31 countries around the world.
Staying on the topic of bone marrow stem cells, Martin Ko is a Filipino teenager who suffers from acute leukemia. He traveled to Taiwan to undergo chemotherapy at the Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center before undergoing a bone marrow transplant later this month. The thoughtful medical team recently gave him a special 17th birthday celebration. Happy birthday, Martin.
Celebrating his 17th birthday happily is Martin Go suffers from acute leukemia. He's very anxious for a special day that awaits him.
医师骨髓成功会成功哦。I wish I have good health, and I wish more blessing to me, and I think Master Cheng Yan.
After having a relapse for the second time, Martin Go thought his life would come to an end. He did not expect 2 months ago that he was able to travel from the Philippines to the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital to receive treatment. On this day, the medical team also came to deliver blessings.
Dear Martin, happy birthday, and wish you a very successful BMT result.
Normally, a 17-year-old enters young adulthood, but he is scheduled to undergo a bone marrow transplant on November 13th, so this birthday party is a good starting point for his future life.
Everyone also brings the gift, hoping that Martin Go will have a successful transplant.
Sobrang happy po kasi nandito po kayo lahat. Tapos
although we are now staying far away from the Philippines, we have received love and care from many Filipino people. Even though we are staying in Hualien right now, we feel like home. I'm very happy. Thank you, Dharma Master Danyan and Tzu Chi.
In mid-November, Martin Go will undergo this transplant surgery. With everyone's blessings, he has had an unforgettable 17th birthday.
Last year, Hurricane Maria caused great damage to Puerto Rico. Many affected residents have been struggling all the way up until now. Therefore, U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers held various distributions to help them through this difficult recovery process. This time, the recipients are all female referrals. With the much-needed aid received, the residents finally show some smiles on their faces.
Today is the 4th distribution center in Bayamon. It's all referral by the FEMA. They work with the local small community partnership. They find out those really needed family to let Tzu Chi to support them.
Mi casa fue un poco destruida por la...
My house was a little destroyed by the hurricane winds. We have received financial help to subsidize the things that we had lost. Our mattresses got wet, but we're still sleeping on them. This will help us to buy another 2 new mattresses.
Pues esta ayuda nos va a servir para comprar otros 2 matres nuevos.
Hola! 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 The reason why we are here because we know you suffer.
La razón por la cual ellos están aquí es porque saben muy bien y conocen todo lo que como sobrevivientes del huracán María todos pasamos.
Desde que me senté, empecé a llorar porque vi
I sat down and started to cry because I saw the compassion of all the volunteers. What our people most truly need is to be heard and respected. A hug, a look to say that you are important, someone to say, I'm listening to what you're telling me.
No me he recuperado porque no he tenido dinero para continuar.
I have not recovered yet because I didn't have money to continue fixing the house. The rainwater leaked into my house. We got leaks in the child's room. He has been hospitalized for a month because the pain came from the ceiling and fell on his face. His lung collapsed and he's still in the hospital. The money I'm getting, I'm going to use it to buy the necessary medications for him.
El dinero lo voy a coger para ayudarlo a él en las medicinas que tengo que comprárselas.
Esto ha sido maravilloso porque
This is wonderful because we have problems with the electricity. We were out of power here yesterday. I have areas in my house that stay dark. With these, things become easier. If someone goes to any dark areas, they can bring these light bulbs. It's been a year, but I'm still hopeful. Day by day, we'll get back to normal. This donation is love. It's feeling like I'm with you, you're not alone.
Yo he recibido mucho amor.
I have received a lot of love. Thank you infinitely from the bottom of my heart for the help and the way Tzu Chi has treated me. I'm really glad you got here. We really needed it.